Hey, this is Jane here at Captivate 2012. We're here with Tamim to talk about DmC Devil May Cry, to give it its full title. Hey Tamim, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And how are you doing?
Yeah, good. It's the first time we're actually letting people have a hands-on, so that's pretty special.
Yes, absolutely, because there's a lot more to see and obviously to play since we saw you last. Tell us about what you're showing off here.
Okay, so we showed off one of the earlier missions in the game that we did behind closed doors, and then on the floor we've got one of the missions kind of early-ish in the game, a few missions in. It's been seen before, but it's the first time we've let people actually play for themselves.
Okay. And in the opener that we saw, there's Dante in the buff, shall we say? What was the design decision behind that?
Well, when we took on this project, one of the things we wanted to do was to, because kind of strip Dante right back to the beginning. Like, what's he about? Why has he got the attitude he has? Why has he got the style he has? And so we thought it'd be fun if in one of the opening levels we did that literally. So he actually starts off completely stark naked, and then we build up the character as the mission progresses. And it's just a way of reaffirming who he is from the very beginning.
So it's symbolic nudity.
Indeed, yeah.
All right, excellent. And we also got a little more information on Kat. Tell us about her.
There's not really a lot I can say without there being spoilers. I mean, we've got this concept of the real world. So the game is set in the real world where we live today. And then there's this dimension that sits above it called Limbo. And in Limbo, that's where the demons reside. And Dante gets dragged by demons into Limbo, and they try and kill him there. Kat's a special character who's human. She's a psychic, and so she can see into Limbo. So like a medium would see ghosts, whereas everyone else can't. She can see Dante in Limbo and communicate with him as a spirit. Vice versa, from Dante's point of view, she appears like a ghost.
Okay. Something we were talking about earlier is, in fact, in the early designs of Dante, we thought he had a Union Jack on his coat. Being a British studio, do you remember the earlier?
Yeah.
As a British studio, is a British accented Dante something you considered, or was that just pushing it too far?
Dante. No, we never really considered that. It's no different to kind of like at one point it was fashionable to have the German flag on.
Sure, yeah,
on the sleeve.
Like
yeah. So it's he's got a kind of a Parker jacket on, so it's just.
Okay. So there was no more significance to that.
No, it was kind of like a little acknowledgement that it's a British studio making it.
Whoa! Someone doesn't want me here.
And what we also saw was more of the satire, seeming satire, yes. Social satire behind Devil May Cry. Raptor News we got to look at. Tell us about Raptor News. What's the inspiration for that?
Things that happen in Limbo affect the real world. Events that take place in Limbo have a parallel occurrence in the real world. And everything's blamed on Dante. So while in Limbo, it's literally Dante against the world because the world's alive and trying to kill him. Back in the real world, it's also him against the world because he's public enemy number one. So without saying too much on that, there is a lot of satire that goes on. And there's a lot of like even in the opening of the streets level, there's a big poster of virility where the model's like buff and fit, and he's drinking it, and it's fitter, smarter, sexier if you drink virility. And the guy that's drinking the can is obese, morbidly obese.
It'll kill you.
Don't draw attention.
So there is a kind of a satirical element to it, which we'll be expanding quite a lot.
So you're lampooning quite a bit of stuff from what we've seen so far, and in fact, virility, we've got cans of it here, so I've yet to try it. But Raptor News, are you going after something in particular, like Fox News? Is it like right-wing, like media outlets? What were you targeting with that particular element?
Everyone that's an asshole in this world is someone we're going to have a stab at in this game.
Oh, come on!
Let's talk about the combat. We haven't touched on that even yet, but what are you showing us today? Tell us about the Angel and Devil weapons.
So you've got the standard, the kind of gold standard Rebellion and guns, and then we've got an Angel weapon called the Osiris, which is a kind of a more ranged, wider weapon, and it's faster. And then we've got on the other side, the demon side, we've got the Arbiter, which is more powerful but useful mainly against singular enemies. And there'll be more weapons on each side. So you start with Rebellion on the game, you then gain one Angel weapon, one Demon weapon, and then you build and upgrade on all of them. But the key point is that you can switch between them on the fly. With a combination of the shoulder pads and the D-pad, you can create your own combos. And the assumption has been that perhaps if it goes to a Western studio, the DmC series, it'll become more casual. And I think what we are aiming to do is make it accessible, yeah, but we want to make it we want to make it ultra hardcore. If you're an ultra hardcore player, there should be stuff that you're still discovering on your second and third playthrough. So we're not holding back on that front.
Yeah, you said earlier that it was perhaps more hardcore, even more hardcore than.
Perhaps, yeah. I mean, the proof's in the pudding, but there's a bewildering array of moves and ways to link things. I've seen people create combos, working on this game for years. I've seen people create combos and sequences that I haven't even considered before.
And it's very much like score focused and grade focused, because that's always highlighted. That's a focus for you guys.
Yeah, and that's a staple of DmC, the style ranking system. So for the first time, we're also showing how that works. And what we've aimed to do there is maintain it as it was in other DmCs, but to add an element of clarity to it. So every move you do is visually scored. All the bonuses and why you get those bonuses are racked up. So the idea is it's not only the preserve of ultra hardcore people that can reverse engineer the scoring system. Anyone can learn it and become experts at it. Well, actually, that's not true. Everyone can learn it, but not everyone can become an expert at it.
Right, difficult to master.
Yeah, that elusive goal.
Okay. We've had questions from our users, quite a few wanting to know whether they'll see Trish or Lady, any returning characters. Can you tell us anything on that?
No comment, right?
All right, okay. Also from the users, are you planning any sequels with this Dante?
No, I've learned to not take it as it comes. Just make the game as best as you can make it, and see what happens. There's definitely scope for more games. Yeah.
But don't jinx it. Don't talk about it.
Yeah. Definitely don't jinx it. There's many stories to tell about Dante, and we're telling one of them, which is his kind of transition into manhood, if you like.
Yes. You said it's the story of how he becomes a man.
Yeah. Not that he wasn't a man beforehand, but you get what I mean.
Oh, he transitioned from female into male.
Exactly.
All right. And why? This is another user question. Why did Capcom want to reboot? Like take it all the way back? Why were they first looking for a new start for Devil May Cry?
I don't know. I mean, I think they came to us and they said we want to do something fresh with it, and we want to give it to. Well, they wanted to give it to a Western studio and see if they could, if we could inject something different, a different take on it. From our point of view, it's an ideal scenario because it means that we can, rather than just copy what was there before, we can add to it and create something to own it. It's been a little frustrating that we've had so little to show because we announced so long ago, but like I've said before, be patient, get your hands on it, play it. The game's out this year.
Yeah.
So from now on, I think things will start to pick up and there'll be a lot more stuff coming online.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Tamim. Thanks, as always.
Thank you.